Hello and welcome, little lads, small lads, and slightly large lads. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, well, this is, not well connected. I suspect I'm going to have issues, chat. Issues, and I'm gonna need tissues. We're gonna play Dead Space, part of the spooky season. It's time for us to embrace the spooky game. Now look at that. Look, I have already got a campaign going, chat. Oh god. I didn't notice that footage of a dude being grabbed by a tentacle there. That was live action, and I've never seen that in the background. Some of the background images are a bit weird in this. So, are you scary, chat? Are you ready for some frightening, spooky stuff? Let us get started with one of the best scary games, in my opinion, of all time. Mostly because I just love the story for this game. I love the universe of Dead Space. The Dead Space IP is one of my favorite scary games of all time, and I hate scary games, if you didn't know. Hate them. I refuse to play ones where you don't shoot back. If I can shoot back, then it's scary. If I can't shoot back, it's not scary, it's just annoying. It's like, well, now it's where's Waldo, except I'm Waldo and I'm hiding. Oh, good lord. Electronic Arts presents. Back when they were turning out gems, from the EA Golden Era. Which did exist, people forget. The sound design in Dead Space 1 is phenomenal. The composition by Jason Graves is also excellent. What? We're doing some stuff, repairing some sort of mining vessel, chat. Oh, okay, sounds pretty reasonable.
I wish I could talk to you.
Game, you're quiet as sin.
I'm sorry.
Good thing I can access the options in the cutscenes. Preferable. They should have a skip button and a pause button for cutscenes. I appreciate that. Like, I really do. Very good. Very good.
I'm sorry about everything.
Better.
Wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
What's happening? Beep.
It's strange.
I think in the remaster, the remake, that kind of made Nicole Brandon look like she's fucking like 30 or something.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her.
I am looking forward to the Dead Space remake
You'll be able to look her up once we're on board.
at the moment of this
Sounds like you
stream.
have a lot of catching up to do.
Alright, everyone, we're here. Sinking our orbit now.
All this trouble over that chunk of
Oh, that's right, we were playing as Potato Isaac.
Deep Space
He looks a little
Mining is
potato
a
facey.
business, Ms. Daniels. Aegis 7 is a gold mine.
Welcome, Stream Tuxedo.
Reports. Cobalt, silicon, osmium. Now, where is she? There she is. We have visual contact.
So that's Ishimura. Impressive.
The USG Ishimura. Biggest planet cracker in her class. And it looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it all dark? I don't see any running lights.
Corporal, take us in closer and hail them. And stay clear of that debris field. We're here to fix their ship, not the other way around.
Oh my god, all the 2D sprites in the backdrop. Especially the giant rock that's right there. Which technically there should be beams connecting that.
Boost the signal. More.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the phone.
What is that?
It's a busted array like we thought. Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder. You get us down there and Isaac and I can fix it. 48
I know the feels when your encoder just don't work and you sound like you're a garbled monstrosity going into the microphone. Oh shit.
What the hell?
Sir, the auto dock.
What is it?
We're off track. We're gonna hit the hole.
Hit the blast shields. Their guidance tether's damaged. Switch to manual. Now.
Inside the magnetic field? You insane? Abort!
Don't hit that beam thing.
Corporal, gave you a
Good.
Too strong.
No wonder why we crashed. We couldn't see shit. Yes, the USG Ishimura is a planet cracker vessel. It basically rips planets apart. It is that strong.
Trying to get us killed?
With like little gravity beam thingies.
If we had aborted at that speed and distance, we'd have smashed right into the side of the Ishimura. Now settle down. Let's get to work. Corporal, report.
I'm not getting any readings from the port booster, and we've lost comms and autopilot. It'll take some time to fix.
All right. Let's get some extra hands from flight deck to help out.
Her hair's wigging out.
Hold still, Isaac. I'm syncing up everyone's rig with the ship. Okay, we're done. Clean bill of health for everyone.
All right. We've still got a job to do. We're moving out.
Oh no, they got demon eyes. I don't know why, but their eyes are broken in the PC port. Again, the reason why I'm actually looking forward to the Dead Space remake is the PC port of this game isn't very good, and I could technically switch to the 360 version because I do own it, but that would require me to set it up and the visual quality wouldn't be as crystal clear as this. But this port is sadly flawed. Oh good heavens, the controls are horrendous. Alright, so
You didn't lose power to the port booster. You lost.
I'm using a controller because of an acceleration thing.
And is now the oldest service with 62 years of continuous service. It holds the record for highest number of planet cracks with 34
Your eyeballs are working now.
deadweight of refined product and 14 trillion kilotons and counting. Whether you be
14 killion curlicles and crowning. Just like that doesn't mean anything, kid. None of those words make any sense. Wow, okay. You stupid beep boop. Nice lobby chat. Got a little cigarette tray, you know, for our cigs in space. Because cigs will be fashionable. I mean, at least they look sexy, you know? They smell like ass, though. Maybe they fix that in the future. Cigarettes no longer stinky and, you know, gross smelling.
Seems like everyone was trying to pack in a hurry.
There should be a security detail in here.
Yeah? Well, there's not. There's nobody here. I can't pick up any broadcast.
Oh, there's just a delay in the movement. That's weird. Was it always like that?
Isaac, log in and see what you can find. Kendra, get that elevator back online.
Power's dead. I can't.
Then reboot the damn power. Look, if we all cooperate, we can figure this out a lot sooner. Let's get that computer display up, Isaac.
We established right off the bat that we can't work together very well. Use the locator systems to find the next objective. Well, according to my calculations, Chad, I need to go through this. Oh, hey, guys. Guys, I think there's some ketchup in here. You know, it must be, must have spilled the ketchup all over the place. You know, accidents happen. You know, we all make mistakes. We all fumble with our raspberry jam.
Huh. That doesn't look good. She's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, it looks a little fleshy.
The trans system's offline. Getting around's gonna be difficult. The air seems to be flowing again. That's a start.
Oh, shit. Chet.
How was that?
Automatic.
No! Chet, you need to hold my hand. Chet, you need to hold my hand.
Relax.
I wasn't scared, but I forgot that this is a scary game.
Sure.
Right behind you, you stupid bastard. You're shooting at the window. You're not even shooting the necromorph. Chat, it's okay. It's okay, chat. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's right behind us. Chat, it's perfectly fine, chat. Everything's fine. I'm not stuck in a corner. I'm not stuck in a corner. We're fine. We're fine, chat. Cheat. I don't like this game. I don't like it. I hate running sequences. I hate running sequences. Oh, I'm fine. We're safe. Okay. I literally turned around in my chair because I panicked. It's perfectly fine. And you know what? I'm not gonna jump. Nope, not jumped. Nope, okay. If I close my eyes because I remember that part, I'm not scared by it. No, the remake isn't out yet. It's not a remaster, sorry, it's a remake. They're remaking Dead Space 1. And the remake actually looks pretty good. Originally I was a little skeptical, but after some of the recent footage from the remake development, it actually looks pretty good. And it comes out next year, so we'll be streaming it, I think, next year, 2023. The director still say, Kibs, your panicking is the entertainment. Thank you for the donation, chat. Hang in there, battle buddy. I'm coming. We're gonna get you out of there and you're gonna be okay. Oh no! You're sleeping! Off with your leg, off the arm. Okay, okay, I don't feel so bad, you know? I don't feel so bad. Maybe I want to play on easy, you know? Maybe I do want to play on easy. I hope we're playing on easy. I certainly don't know, but he didn't die instantly, so it's not the easiest game mode ever. How do I reload you? A reloads. Okay, well you're dead. You SQEKROMORPH. It's so tempting to call them NI morphs, if you know what I mean. Nemorphs. Leonard Nimoys, if you will. Oh, the controls for this are stiff. This is something they fixed in the later games. It's got this sluggish, like, acceleration feel to the game, and while that can add to, like, horror, I don't know, I don't think it adds to the horror, sorry. I think that detracts because I'm more annoyed about the sluggishness of the controls. They're fine! They made it, chat! They were screaming with excitement, like, wow! We made it! You know, I'm happy, they're happy, we all made it.
Isaac, we ran into more of them on the way over here. Are you okay?
More what? What the hell are those things? Is that the crew?
Keep your voice down. Whatever they are, they're not friendly, and half the doors on this ship are locked because of the quarantine. Now, we have to get to the bridge. But first, we gotta repair the tram system.
You're crazy, Hammond. You're gonna get us all killed.
If you listen to me, I will get you out of here alive. Now, what's wrong with the tram?
The data board is fried, but there should be a spare in the maintenance bay. There's also a broken tram blocking the tunnel that needs to be repaired. Damn it, everything is on the other side of
The atmosphere in this game's good, though, isn't it? Fuck.
No, we can't. But you can. Isaac, if I can get to the bridge, I should be able to access the personnel files. You fix the tram, and I'll help you find Nicole.
Help me find Nicole. See, I like the black dude. I forget what his name is already, but he's based, he's nice. He's a great character, you know? He's out to help us. He is the leader, okay? He is holding this crew together. And that stupid whore over there, that fucking harlot, is leading us astray, chat. She must be an enemy, perhaps a traitor. Chat, you only say that because you prayed to get... Shut up, chat. You're stupid. Now, chat. I don't like shadows. Oh my god. Okay, so I watched the trailer for the new Dead Space recently. And, like, it's so much bright. Like, this game is bright compared to the new one. I was worried that, It was gonna be the other way around. Yeah, no, if I remember right, that's exactly what I thought it was. That's the pose. They have only one pose for when they're playing pretend, when they're not really, you know, dead per se. I am kind of scared and I don't want to play anymore. Like, I would much prefer Hanse or someone else play for me, and then I just sort of watch.
We think we figured it out. Smith killed one. Listen, forget about shooting him in the body. You gotta cut off the limbs. Grab a cutter, anything like that. Cut him apart.
Cut him apart. Whoa. Cut him apart, baby. Please. Oh no, that's the other game. 8 hours. Wait, did you save, you stupid bastard? Alright, it took me 8 hours and 37 minutes to beat that. Now, we're not gonna beat it today because I had to record Game of Thrones. But we'll get as far as we can. And I can't wait till Game of Thrones, honestly, because I'm so scared. I've played this game like 3 times, and it still scares me, stuff like that. Oh my god. That was quite derpy how it flopped to the ground.
Be careful. Shooting them in the body didn't seem to work. Go for the limbs. Dismember
It's
them.
perfectly fine, chat, you know? Like, if I was scared, I wouldn't be, you know, happy. I wouldn't be smiley. I wouldn't be... Don't make... I don't know what I've been, but I've been a little Kib and you've been a little me. Boom, boom. Alright, game. We're gonna slow down fast objects and enemies.
That door is malfunctioning, Isaac. Try using the stasis module you just picked up.
Alright, game. It's fine, game. No! No! Okay, that's not gonna come out of that vent. I was a little scared there. I am so scared, but up. I'm a little bit of a baby. Oh, I don't want to go down there. I don't want to go down there. I don't like it when the light goes out. I don't like that sound. I don't want to play anymore. Oh, my foot bones beeped at me. Gunfox donates $50. Say, if you like horror, well, there's Metro series. Then there's a Stackers. A series starting with Shadow Chernobyl and Call of Paperprit. And then Clear Sky. Oh, look, but behind you, there's Movement in the Shadow. Thank you for the donation. Chat, you should just empty your bank account so I can just, like, leave, because I'll have made all the money I can make. Chat, just do it. Just do it, just so we can do something else. Empty them. Open it up. Open up the wallet. Okay, we do these streams to make money for the channel, for the game, for the game's development. That's why we do them. That's why we're here. We're here to make money. This is for the team. For the team. We're a team player. Team player, don't complain. Team player plays the team. Oh, there's a toilet. And there's a barrel. I hate how sluggish the controls are. Alright, according to my I'm fucking lost button, I need to go this way. Don't make beepy sounds when I walk past you. Alright, so we're just gonna save again, you know. Technically, chat, we beat the game already with that 8-hour timestamp right there. You silly willy willy. Now, game, I don't like how you put vents over here. You wouldn't. Don't believe the lies. Perfect. I can't read that. I can't read. It's okay. Zagreus donates money. To say $5 Kibs is pissing and shitting and farting and cooming with fear. Also, did you hear about the pre-order bonus skins for the remake? No. What are the pre-order bonus things look like? Thank you for the donation. Then Tuxedo Blackfoot donates $20 says emptying my bank account as instructed. That was a joke. Oh, now I feel guilty. No. I was saying it to make me feel better, but thank you very much. Oh, God. It's a big room. It's a big, imposing room. Yeah, that's shit.
Your stasis module should be able to help you with that arm mechanism.
This game shit me up as a kid, too. I was so terrified of these games that I invited a group of friends over and then made them play the game for me while I couldn't look at the screen. I was so scared. I still am. Music. Don't. Jason. Jason. Jason! It's real! It's real! It's not my imagination, it's real!
Listen up, car 8 is trashed. We managed to get it back to the repair depot, but now the autoloader is fried. I need a stasis module brought down here now. If we don't get this piece of shit off the tracks, it's gonna jam up the whole system.
When Kibs screams, clip it and make a video. No. Kill yourself. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I gotta press this one. What? No. No. No, 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 no. I forgot how to play this game. Zachary 35 will say, how much for Kibs to change the dono notification to a jump scare stinger? No. No. My heart already aches enough, chat. Don't make any noise, don't make any noise, don't make any noise, don't make any noise. It's fine! Ah! It's making noise! Go to the corner of safety! Safety corner, safety corner. Keeps me safe, keeps you safe. Safety corner.
You did it. The tram is blocking the whole system. When you get the computer online, you'll be able to call the tram from the control room. Faster the better. I can hear something crawling around out there.
I hear something here too. Oh god, music, no. That's the musical cue. Something's happening. Something's coming. It's over there! It's not as scary when you see it though. It's the suspense building up to the derpy little retard. Fall down. There. Okay.
Fan replacement complete.
Good. Good. It's over. We saved humanity from the SQEKROMORPHS. I really want to... I'm going to call them the N-word. I'm going to call them the N-I, you know, Nigeria morphs. Because if I say that word, I'll feel better. But YouTube will be mad at me. But it'll make me feel better. Saying racial slurs is the only way to make me feel safe inside. Don't come out of those vents. I don't want to play, so chat, what do you do it? No. No, 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 no. What are you doing? Don't make that loud noise. Don't. Oh, no. Rare, go away. Yeah, that's right. I'm in charge. I've got the pussy. I make the rule. Oh, the sensitivity. It's so... I don't know. Is it too sensitive? Like, is that... Here's a controller game. I don't even know what the difference is. Is a fucking controller? Does that make any difference? Oh, God. It's so slow. I can sense my death being imminent. Is it too slow? Is it too fast? I don't really know. I don't really know what's comfortable. Okay. We just go forward a little bit at a time. And you know, it'll just be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing. All right. We can save. Well, that was a good stream, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Just gonna go down. We're gonna go down. I'm gonna go down this hallway. Artemis, let's say change notification to jump scares. No. I don't even know how. Boom. No. Yes. It's such a big hallway. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That one's faster. That one's faster. That one's faster. Oh my God. You're not really dead, are you? Are you? Okay.
Isaac, you still need to find the data board to the tram computer. It's in the maintenance bay.
Best part is, we're just a maintenance bitch. Like, the whole storyline is we're just going around fucking fixing shit, you know? Bob the goddamn builder over here, motherfucking fixer boy, you know?
Isaac, I've patched into the deck security system. It took some work, but I've got the door to the maintenance bay unlocked. The data board should be somewhere inside.
You died a hero. In the world of dead spacecraft, they're never really dead. Stomp them. It's the stompies of death. Oh yeah, no, this is because Isaac's armor is super unupgraded. We have the basic suit. You'll see it in like the anime if you ever watched the Dead Space anime movies. All right. Hey, it's pretty safe. Something about the texture work.
Isaac, it's Kendra. It looks like the door to the storage room is locked. There should be a key somewhere in the maintenance bay.
No. 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 Like, no. Literally, no. No, 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 no. That does not look like I want to go out there. They mostly come out at night. Mostly come out night. I'm kinda scared. Having a heart attack. I'm kinda hungry, chat. I have to go to the bathroom. I don't. But if I did, I would. I'd go to the bathroom right now if I had to go. It's a real shame I don't have to go to the bathroom. Real shame. Real shame. It's a real big shame. You know? Hey, look at the details, chat. One of the blue lasers are at different distances. The bottom one, because it's on the bottom, is actually physically connecting with the ground, because, you know, it's closer than the one at the top, right? So, like, that's an interesting factoid, you know? I bet most of you never noticed that. You know, you never notice that those dots actually, like, go over things, you know? Like, it really does, you know? Look at that. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird, chat? Look at the... What up? If you press right bumper, it rotates the gun. Vertical and horizontal, chat. These are facts, chat. These are motherfucking facts, chat. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Don't charge. Don't fucking run at me. Don't you fucking run at me. Don't you fucking run at me. Don't fucking do that. Oh no. Fucking scary. Fucking scared. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid of you. I got a gun. It has bullets. That's it. No more. No more. Okay. No matter. See, I've beaten this game before, but I don't have the strength to do it again. I remember. See, I got cocky because my memory's like, yeah, you beat Dead Space 1 twice. Yes, I did. And at the end of it, I was so emotionally exhausted that I couldn't stand the goddamn game anymore. Send notification to Necromorph stream? Maybe in the second one, I don't know. Right now, it just can't be. Can't be asked to. It's such a strange thing. Alright, chat. And this is... Listen, chat, they're more afraid of me than I am of them, okay? Like, they're more... No, 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 no! I'm not falling for that! What the fuck was that? I hate it. I hate everything about this game. In the world of Kibcraft, there can only be one Kib. Chat, it's so scary. His head fell off. Look, like little dummy. Stupid little head fell off, chat. That's so strange. So weird, isn't it? So strange. So weird. Oh, quit missing. Hold still and die like a bitch. Okay. And you know, you never know, chat. You never fucking know. You know, they could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. Aerospace Engineering Department. Shuttle repairs invoice. Mission day 2. Faulty for... Okay. Faulty for gyro. Okay. Vessel USG Ishimura up 503. Must we do this game, chat? Must we? Faulty, replaced with now with functional, with now functional. Mission day 3, faulty 4D scope, vessel blah 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 in repair. Damaged landing repulsor vessel blah blah blah. Damaged 4 viewports functional. Mission day 5. Damage booster. Now functional. Pretzel does say, how is the spooky game, Kibs? It's too spooky for me. But now we know that there's things that somebody did at some point. Listen, how many SQEKROMORPHS are inside this ship? Oh, you know, just 1,000. There's over 1,000 dead people on board. Their flesh warped and twisted into horrible abominations. Chat. Kibs should play the Ghostbusters game for spooks. I should. We should play something funny and scary. I've only been playing for 35 minutes and I'm already exhausted out of my mind. It'd be one thing if I wasn't, like, you know, writing a fucking, like, entire universe with cool, scary stuff. No, no, you can't come in here. It's not safe for you. Because I have a gun and I'm gonna shoot you. Millions, Kibs. Planet crackers have entire cities in them. No, it has over 1,000 crew. It's not 1,000,000. Kibos understands. Don't look in the vents, Kibs. Lol. You know, just don't wanna do that. Stop it. Stop it right now. Chat, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. It's so spooky that it's hard to move. I can't. That kind of does make it funny, though, doesn't it? Look, there's one fucking necromorph beating its meat over there. In Isolation isn't scary. In Isolation is boring. I fall asleep when that game's on. Because Alien Isolation fails at horror. In fact, as somebody who's absolutely terrified of horror games, Alien Isolation doesn't make me afraid in the slightest. But this game scares the shit out of me. Everything about this game is so fucking terrifying. The noises. The environment is so immersive, it's absolutely horrifying, Jet. Absolutely horrifying.
Use power nodes to upgrade your weapons and rig.
Okay. Plasma cutter. This is the thing that shoots the baddies. This is the thing that kills the baddies. Increased capacity and damage, thusly assuring that more SQEKROMORPHS will not get near me. If chat. I'm thinking. The problem is, chat, you should never stop in dead space. And let's take a moment to talk about why. The reason why you don't stop in Dead Space, chat, is because you listen to the environment and the noises that the environment produces. And if you let that immerse you, even in the slightest, those noises, that sound design, so excellently done. Like it's just a track, you know, it's just a track. It's not real. A lot of the noises that are happening aren't even represented in the game space or environment. However, they're noises which you could believe being in this sort of like abandoned, shaky, creaky, like thingy. I like the Celeste in the thumbnail. India drew that as a fan art. That was Celeste reacting to her fan art she got. Screaming.
That's it, Isaac. Take the board back to tram control and slot it into the computer array.
Whoa!
That should get the tram system back online.
No, no. He's out there. He's wriggling. Look at the animation on that. Like, it's kind of just creepy, isn't it? This is actually one of those rare opportunities where I can actually just look at it. So those little hands at the bottom are like little grown hands. They're not real. Because real arms have like little bones coming out of them. That is just fucking freaky looking, isn't it? Zagros22, I'll say it's quiet. Hey, Kibs, ever thought about Metro? Maybe, chat. Maybe. This is like the one and only chance we'll get to look at that thing. Up close, because I don't think this has ever happened in any game I've done. So I'm kind of marveling at the animation. Oh, that's new. What was that one? Oh, it's like trying to strike me. That is kind of derpy. Like, notice how its front lip moves. I've never noticed that it ever did that. And now I'm very creeped out about the little detail. What the fuck? Its front lip raises and drops. Okay. I think I've seen enough. That is quite gross, though. That is fucking gnarly, isn't it? That isn't very scary, more like six-legged turkey. It's just gross. Now, it can path here and open the door. Oh, for God's sake. I am very... Lol, Kib said gnarly Lamau. That's gnarly! Like, what else do you say? What do you mean Lamau? That's normal. People would say that! People say that! People say... Hold on a sec, chat. Let's check our inventory real quick. Okay, so we actually only have a little bit of... Okay, we have ammo, but we should drop one of these and we should grab the bigger one. Oh, for fuck's sake! Drop the little baby one and grab the big one. You didn't get the reference. I didn't. I've never seen whatever it is you're talking about. Okay, read the rest of things the chat said before we go through the door, because I'll try to think Kibs should watch Switch to Disney, Dreamlight Valley. Yeah, basically, does it have a ween? No, it doesn't. Kibs, stop peeping. It's indecent. Kill it, just kill it. We did that. Kibs said gnarly. Nothing on Twitch. Game just threw its first bat at me. Now I'm just waiting for more of those fuckers to create more necros. What? Get frightened, babe boy. Shut up, Squealy. Die. Oh, whoops. Okay, let's grab it now. Hold on. I just realized that my health was a little low. By the way, what's cool about this game is all the health UI and interface stuff is on the character. No. Well, I know I killed stuff over here. I know with utmost certainty that you were not real, or they were real. Yes, you have it, Jurassic Park. I haven't watched Jurassic Park in a while. The first one. You are right referencing the first one, right? The only one that matters. Right, chat, you know, that wasn't too bad, you know, we did it, you know, easy peasy lemon McFucking squeezy, you know, basically beat the game. Where's the fucking button to go down? Oh, there it is. It's been a long time. Alright, so let's see. It's been a while. I wanted to ask, why don't you use other weapons instead of the plasma cutter? Just remembering your last... Just remembering your last DS1 and DS2 gameplay. The plasma cutter is one of the best guns in the game. Also, the other guns can go to hell. Plasma cutter is the only gun that looks out for me. It protects me from scary monsters. Plasma cutter is made by God. Literally a gift from the divines. Wait a minute. The new game plus mode above. I'm curious, how do we... Okay, we saved, right? Let's double check. I'm not 100% certain. Okay. Yeah. But, like, that's not what I'm thinking. Back out to the main menu. The picture on that looks weird. That looks the same. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is in the same spot that I'm in. Yes, I like this spot better than the other one. Chat, I think I know that I want to do this one. This one is better, chat. This one is superior. Yes, chat. Yes, chat. Agree with me or die. The Real Halsey-nator donates $2. Say yes, Kibs. Remember the dig site scene with Grant? No, I'm not cheating. It's not cheating. We're merely continuing where we last left off. Same spot even. Can you believe it? Really was just that simple.
Tram control computer now online.
Ah, this is better. Past Kibs, you're a lifesaver.
All trams now operational. Tram arriving at flight deck station.
Yes, chat. I have the high ground now. You have the low ground.
And heading to the bridge. Good work.
Strange. The quarantine just lifted.
Whatever was in the flight lounge must have left. That's lucky for us. Isaac, get back to the Kellion and prep it for launch. We'll find
You're
out
just mad because I won, chat.
If we live that long.
You're out of your league, Hammond. This is suicide. We're going to
Your
die
lack
out
of
here.
confidence in me is duly noted, Miss Daniels. But
I'm
I
still
have a mission
terrified,
to
though.
complete, and that's exactly
Well, it's
what
because I don't have any other
with you, with
guns.
or without you. You
All I have
understand
is a
each other.
pistol.
Just get us out of here alive.
Why is Fairbear a traitor? Chat. Fairbear's a part of the Nazi Empire. Just what? Fairbear? Tell you what, chat. I'll make you play Overwatch. That'll make you feel better. But that does not make chat feel better. That makes chat want to die. Oh my god. Chat, I've beaten this game many times. Dead pace! It's not any easier. It flickers. This room is fucking creepy. Why didn't you continue your old game from the start? That's actually what I said I was going to do last year, but I had completely forgotten that I was doing that to begin with. Because I remember last year I was like, oh, thank God, I'll use my new game plus next time. And then I started this one and I was like, I don't remember anything past Kibs says until I had a fucking flashback about me being scared, even though I had all the upgrades. It doesn't change the fact that the game is still fucking terrifying. That's a little meaty bit. Oh no. 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 Back. Fuck. We did it, chat. We killed the SQEKROMORPHS. Oh my god.
Isaac, we made it to the bridge. It's a nightmare up here. No survivors. We're going to try to
Brazilian jump scare?
Wish us luck.
What do you mean? What is a Brazilian jump scare, Indio? And now to be, how many of you actually watched the past Dead Space stream? Because only I think, or you guys just forget. Only Kibs remembers. Kibs is smarter than the collective of chat. It does not, Artemis. Thank you for the donation. Does not defeat the purpose of anything. We said we're going to play a spooky game. There was nothing else beyond the fact that it would be spooky. Now, I've beaten Dead Space 3 times. Unless I've done it more, but I'm pretty sure it's only 3. Once, I can't remember. That one was on a different computer. The second time was on this computer. I'm pretty sure. Hence why I have that previous save. Oh no, it's behind me. Oh. The fuck was the noise though? That's not good. You never upgrade your armor, fucking Indy? Oh my god. You're weak, Indy. Weak. Maximus Armicus to protect yourself. Yes. Wait, there might be a bonus thingy if I remember. No, maybe that was in a different part of the game. Shit! Oh my god, I'm burning! I don't think that ship is fucking salvageable. I hate those things so much. You have no idea how much I hate that fucking leapy shit. Is it vertical? Oh, it's so fucking sensitive.
What the hell is happening down there? What happened to the shuttle?
That was our ride home. It's the only way off the ship.
Kendra.
No, Hammond! This changes
The only thing
everything.
low to the ground is my deck, says Janky boy. Leave a donation.
Computer.
Open Kibs stream, hostile life form detected. Never saw the anime.
Lockdown of all primary systems. Without
The Dead Space.
I can't access them.
Well, where's the captain?
Wait till it's done.
Here he is.
There's something over here.
Captain Benjamin Mathias. Location, med lab. Status, deceased.
What? How?
I can't access that information. Find the captain and you'll find his rig. With his authorization codes, I can crack this computer wide open.
Damn it. Isaac, I'm sending the tram back to your location. Get to the medical deck and find that rig as fast as you can.
What was that?
Oh, leapies. So the anime. The first one basically takes place before the start of the game. Starts out with the outbreak on Aegis 7, or whatever the heck it's called, which is the planet, the colony. Like, you come in the middle of it, sorta, so it's kind of like it's already ongoing, or the colony's basically already fallen. Then, here, you know what, we're gonna recap the Dead Space lore before I get distracted. So, let me just breathe for a second. So, okay, out. No longer scared at the moment. All right, so recap Dead Space lore. So let's start from the very beginning. As far as the video games go, Dead Space Extraction is a Wii game where you play as like a little line shooter. It's really good, actually. By the way, if you've never played it, Dead Space Extraction is awesome. It takes place on the mining colony and starts with the actual outbreak itself, and then you get to see like the outbreak, how it happens on the colony, and how they sort of escape. That is followed immediately by the anime, basically. The anime picks up sort of where the game leaves off, sort of, basically. Where they're on the... you're on the ship, you're following the ship's perspective, and the crew aboard the ship, and they're basically coming here to mine. It's illegal to mine here because the government banned it, which we'll get into later. They come to the mining station. They figure out, like, what the fuck, everything's wrong. And like, no ships are allowed on board. The station's gone to hell. Like, whatever. We're just here for the artifact. We're gonna get it. We're gonna leave. And one of the ships breaks on anyways, because it follows a little bit of the anime, shows you the guy in the colony, one of them, and he flees, and Necromorphs basically get on board the ship and begin to spread, and the anime basically covers a security team that is basically one of the main security teams on the USG Ishimura that is attempting to handle the outbreak aboard the Ishimura. It basically ends, not going to spoil it too much if you want to watch it, with them basically locking down as much of the ship as they can with quarantines, but all the quarantines end up failing anyway, so it didn't really matter, and they send out a distress beacon. That distress beacon brings us to Dead Space 1. Dead Space 1, we are the maintenance team that is arriving from the the CEC Corporation, or whatever the heck, to check on our ship to see how it's doing, because it's called out for distress for maintenance. And so that's the whole premise of Dead Space 1, is basically, you know, unfucking the situation as best we can and escaping. Then we're skipping quite a bit because I want to get through this. Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2 picks up right where this one, or no, Dead Space 2's anime is the prequel in between, or is between this game and the second game. And that covers basically how it basically just sort of explains why certain characters are where they are. There's a lot of information there, but it's also kind of weird. But skipping to Dead Space 2, now that we've sort of established that happened, that follows Isaac Clarke, which is the guy we're playing as. He does some crazy stuff with necromorphs. I don't want to give too many details, but basically you deal with another outbreak on Saturn Station, I think, whatever it was, which is in the Sol system, and there's an expansion for Dead Space 2, quickly, that covers the Extraction game, by the way. Deals with the Extraction characters. And that expansion, you actually get to get the conclusion for the male guy, because he ends up dying in it. That's a spoiler. Whoops. But either way, I mean, it's old anyway, so you should know by now, you dummies. And so the extraction, that's one thing, I don't remember what it's called. There's an extraction DLC for Dead Space 2. Yeah, that's not actually covered in the other games. And you can't pick it up. Oh, fuck, that sucks, doesn't it? That's literally lost content. Fun fact about that expansion, I had to have a friend play it, not because I was scared. Well, not just because I was scared. But there's a sequence that flashes with black and white, like, really fast. And it's like got monsters and you gotta get through it. I couldn't because I get migraines every time I look at it. So I had to, like, close my eyes for that entire sequence. Because I'm not sure if that's like a remnant of like childhood epilepsy or something, but I don't know why flashing lights like that give me a headache. Like a really bad headache. And then Dead Space 3 basically picks up after 2, and it's kind of weird. It's sort of actiony. It's so-so in terms of like its writing. But it's fun. It's a fun game nonetheless, though it was very rushed. Visceral at that point was rushed by EA to basically shove it out the door. Another fun tidbit is Dead Space 2 has a really cool multiplayer mode. Actually pretty awesome. The Dead Space cartoons are good, but the Dead Space 1 cartoon is the best one, anime. It's sort of like an anime, but it's not really anime. Like, it's anime influenced, but it's very Western. It has a lot of CG backgrounds, and EA didn't really go crazy with the budget on it. Dead Space 2 had a scene with some great tits in it. Pretty good, I remember. Nice boobies. But unfortunately, I think it ends with that character's death later on, so big sad. The boobies are sad. They became SQEKROMORPHS boobies, which aren't fun boobies. They're bad boobies. Evil boobs. Nobody likes evil boobies. And in terms of Dead Space extended media, there's a comic which covers Carver's character. Carver's actually pretty cool. He's in 3. And the other Dead Space media that I didn't actually read was the book. Or the book series? I don't remember. The books cover, like, Altman, which is, like, the unitologist guy. Who's not actually a unitologist. And was actually martyred. Though he was trying to stop them, but, you know... But what's the best way to deal with your enemy? Turn him into a martyr for your cause, right? And that deals with, like, the first markers that the government had. Because the markers were created by an ancient, like, being. These creepy, scary beings that are basically, like, doomsday creatures for the galaxy. And they basically make... They offer lots of power. But as civilizations build more of these markers, these generators, which offer almost like limitless energy for very, like, solving energy crises, right? Once you build enough of them, these amplify a signal. The signal awakens a moon then comes and goes like, and eats them. Or is it that? Or is it no? It's that enough life mass is merged together from the necromorph mutations that they make a moon. I'm not really sure how that works. I can't remember. And that every one of those undead moons is an entire civilization that has been consumed. It has to be like at a certain threshold though, because they need to wait till it spreads across the galaxy. Because getting that much biomass takes a while. Overwork Magic joins $5 at Kibs, playing one of my favorite games of all time. It must be my birthday. Also, Kibs, have you heard about this? Heard of Star Sector? If you have, if so, have you heard of the UAF mod? No, what's that? Send it to me on Discord and I'll take a look. The Kibs account. Oh, I feel a little lightheaded. Kind of weird. All right, so. Based. Yes, this is where Kibs was like, only upgrade one thing. Though I was a bit of an idiot here because I wasted that. No, that's right. No. Past Kibs actually did it right. Yes. Yes! Past Kibs is based. You have to hold on to our power nodes. Maybe I'll actually try one of the other guns. It'll be the first time forever. But yeah, so somebody in chat's like, you should do this game with plasma cutter only as a challenge. And it's like, chat, like, I want you to know something. Like, the plasma cutter's the only gun I use in Dead Space 1, basically. Like they're like plasma cutter challenge. It's not really a challenge. It's literally I'm too scared to use anything else. Don't we have the level 6 suit? I'm a bit confused. I thought I had a suit customizing thing. Or just... Did I not unlock that? There's like a super Easter egg suit, but I remember that was like a pre-order bonus. I think it might have been. Or is this not it? Because I remember there being like a thing. Huh. Yeah, in my opinion, the plasma cutter is the best gun in the game. Like, spreading your nodes across here. Let me just show you an example, okay? So take a quick look at this customization screen if you're not looking at the screen already. So in here, you get these things in the bottom right-hand corner. Those are called nodes. Those are basically your upgrade little things. And you have to spend them. Now you'll notice that I unlocked this cap, which increases capacity. That's what that's short for. And you'll notice that there's this blank spot. Well, that takes up a node to move there. So what you have to do in these trees for these progression things is you have to spend the nodes in a way that sort of moves you up. Actually, no, I did fuck up. No, you have to go there. Yep, in order to do that. Okay, never mind. Basically, you want to take the most optimal route without spending too many nodes. It's not too hard to figure out, but you basically save nodes. Like, at worst case, I could have spent those 4 nodes on these useless slots. But you have to upgrade the weapon's reload speed, its damage output, its capacity. And you only get so many of these nodes, and you have to find them throughout the mission, or the game. Same goes for your suit. You'll notice there's a lot of fucking negatives there that you have to take. You end up having to take all of these. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you kind of really only, like, the first playthrough, you really should only grab, like, the plasma cutter. You might as well just invest in one weapon, because there's really no point investing into the other weapons in this game at all. Get the level 5 suit. You have the level... Okay, how much money do I have? We have 62,000 credits. We need 99,000. I don't think we have the money for it yet, but I can try selling some stuff. I'm scared. Whoops. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to buy the suit. Alright, now we can buy that suit. Oh, wow. I've never bought this suit before, apparently. Okay, I've never seen this before. It's just more upgraded. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna look any more beefy than I already am. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, okay. That's the level 6 suit. Oh, that's how you get it. Now I just learned that. That's the military vessel that comes in here. Because you put out a distress beacon and the military shows up like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. And like, hey, what's wrong? We're coming over and we're gonna fucking, like, yell at you. And then they, you know, get fucking murdercated. Oh. This is what the, military dudes look like in this universe. They look a little derpy. Well, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Well, now I feel weird. It kind of looks less powerful, in my opinion. But I mean, it's a military thing, so I don't know. Welcome back, Abby Down. Kibs selects pencils. Welp, spread them nodes. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's kind of stormtrooper, yeah. Oh boy, we're in the medical place.
It's all right, McCoy. He's here. Nothing to be afraid of. I knew you would come. Just like you said. I saved this for you. Can I go now? Claire wants to take me. Just shut up.
Use kinesis to move or throw objects.
Very maggoty. She died though. Like all the rest, shit. They all died. Listen, it's finely crafted stuff. I don't remember what. Okay, that's not a store. Wow, chat. Is that McCoy? Her boyfriend? I don't think I'm done with you yet, woman. Let's remove your limbs. You gotta be just like your boyfriend, McCoy. McCoy also has no limbs. Get rid of that, and get rid of that little thing, that little bump you have on your head. Oh my god, just come off. I am trying to keep this family together. There we go. I'm doing the right thing, chat. I'm doing what needs to be done. Beautiful, look at that. They're perfect for each other, cause they'll always be together. Mwah. Alright, so. There's a beep boop in chat. Kill it, Squealy. Alright, so we've done what we've come here to do, okay? We can leave the spaceship. Oh my god. It's stuck. Oh no, they must stay together. Well, we tried. Yeah. Doing the Lord's work. Based. Alright, shit. I want you to know that you're all my little shit. Flamethrower? I don't think so. Alright, it sucked.
Isaac,
fuck.
There. We were attacked. Kendra's gone. 1 minute she was there, and I can't believe I lost her. We can still do this. Get me the captain's rig codes, and we'll find Nicole. Looks like the crew barricaded the door to the emergency wing. You have to blow through it to get to the morgue. Get some thermite from medical storage, and a shock pad from zero-G therapy. Should be down the corridor. Communication is useless in all this static.
Yes, chat. Communications is useless. And now you know you've been a naughty little chat, haven't you? A naughty, dirty little chat, yes. Gross flies. Makes me trigger just hearing them. Okay, so you want to know the canon thing? So Todd says, now I know removing limbs stops them, but won't just reform together considering separated limbs is their natural state. So yes, so if you're familiar with the thing, chat, this will help a little bit, but if not, more or less, this is how the necromorph stuff works in Dead Space. When we blow their limbs off and we blow their little pieces, we don't actually kill them because they can't actually die. In fact, they're just blown to pieces. You know, their matter isn't connected. But all it takes is for another necromorph to come along and just sort of glue them back together, and then they're back to normal. Because the issue is you can't really kill necromorphs. They don't really die. The only way to destroy them is to completely incinerate them or to destroy the markers. Which the markers, the only reason why they're able to stay active. Without the marker, the necromorphs are dead. Wait, did I save? I was too busy talking and not really paying attention. I don't really want to go back. There. But it does neutralize the threat of them, but they're still dangerous.
Weapons have an alternate firing mode.
Oh no. Little chat. I sense battle is near. Also, I want to say that that little schematic thing, that is not a normal human body. That is very, very weird.
Hazardous anomaly detected.
No.
Team activated.
Chat, I'm scared. I don't like necromorphs anymore. They're scary. Every time, every time, every time, every time, every time, every time. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Just move towards it. Clear it out of the way. Always be moving forward, moving forward. Never stopping, chat. Never stop for nothing. Don't stop for anything, chat. Remember, the SQEKROMORPHS can't hurt you if you blast them. Back into the vent. Okay, melee, not a good idea. Don't make flappy noises. I get scared. I hear more. Oh. Where are they? Oh my god. Oh shit! No! 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 It's armored! No! Stay back! Back!
Quarantine lifted.
Okay, they're dead. That was quite terrifying. Oh God. That gave me a bit of a heart attack there, chat. All right. I did not like that corner. That happens so quick. I don't even know where that one other came from. Oh God, I can't even speak straight. Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually fucking basically pulled a muscle in my leg. Oh, because I kicked my leg good because I almost like fucking tried to jump out of my chair. Oh. It hurts a little. Oh god. Alright. It's over. It's over, champ. Now what is that picture supposed to be? Is that the fat one? Like the fat morphs? Like what the ones on the right? It's like I'm fucking like it, little arms. Like what even is that? That is not normal anatomy. All right. Technically, this place is clear, chat. But never trust a SQEKROMORPH.
What in God's name is going on down there?
I think that's precisely the point, Doctor. God's work.
I'm not so sure of that. We have to assume that the colony's problems are somehow connected to the marker.
You can assume all you want to. I do not. The marker is glorious and divine. You know that.
God moves in mysterious ways.
Anyway, we'll have it on board tomorrow. You can analyze it all you want to. What are you so worried about?
Worried? Captain, people are dying down there, killing each other. Is this madness the transformation unitology teaches us?
Doctor. Terrence. There will always be risk when the stakes are high. And here, they're enormous. It could change everything.
And that's what worries me.
My god. Wait, what? I thought the marker was like related to God or something. Fuck. People get doing 10 bits to say, I am God. I'm a god. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Sweet. Little kib. Wait, no. Chat. Now look at that, chat. Oh my god, is it coming out of its eye? Oh, that's neat. I never knew that. Does it do that all the time? Let's pop that off. No. But yeah, no, like it's still alive. It just like can't move anymore because its body's destroyed. Like you can't. There's certain. Can you chop those off? You actually can. I didn't know that. Isn't the marker an alien extinction thing to get rid of other races? Sort of to get rid of races, but it's more or less to use them to propagate itself. So, what we know of the markers is the markers, like, civilizations find them like, ooh, power. And then, like, I'm gonna use these in order to replace our power with these. But they start building them. The problem is they start messing with like the mentality or the mental state of these sentient beings, and when certain beings start dying in proximity to these markers, they begin to become reanimated, and then these necromorph outbreaks happen. Now they have put them down before, but that's the problem with the markers. But they try building containment fields to use them. They build more markers, and eventually they build enough markers that what happens is you have like a bunch of necromorphs, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but they sort of like collect once enough of them, and the markers then form like a sort of like a central biomass. This biomass then grows larger, and then starts to consume worlds of that civilization. And once that consumes enough worlds or whatever, I think it forms into like a little quasi-planetoid body. It's a living entity. It's an end times event. And the other little moons that exist, necromorph moons or whatever, those are other civilizations, like entire civilizations, if I remember right. There's like 7 of them. So 7 civilizations or something like that have fallen before. And I think we're going to be the 8th or something like that. I don't remember. Was it the 7th? Because one of them paused it. Dead Space 3, the aquatic creatures, they stopped it from happening. Oh, it's this section. So they're the Flood. Sorta, but a bit different because they're a little bit more... It's a sort of a different threat. They're both biological threats, but like the necromorphs are a bit more weird with their ambitions because we don't really know the full extent of what they want to do or what it is.
Come on, let me out!
He's dead. He was murdered by a baby. I'm ornament in the grave, form of grave mind. Kinda. They just want to procreate, probably. Yeah, basically, by using the biomass of other species. Right. This room is a bit fucking weird. Oh no, you don't! It's literally a baby, by the way. That is fucked up. What's always terrified me more about like necromorphs than the Flood or anything like the Flood, you know, the Flood scares the crap out of me too, is the fact that in a lot of IPs and settings, you never really see it do anything to like other, what do you call it, like babies or things or children. In the Dead Space universe, like you really get the sense of like no one's fucking safe, because like you see, like you kill babies, you see infants, you see children, you know, like at a playground and stuff, and you see them warped and twisted into these horrific monsters. And what makes it so terrifying to me is the fact that these children were at one point alive before they were brutally killed and turned and twisted into these monsters, right? And it's a monster and like a thing that has no remorse. It's a soulless killer. And that's what makes it so absolutely terrifying, is that not only does it take everything, every bit of flesh of everywhere, but there's nothing that escapes it. It has no pity. Oh boy, no. Fortunately, the Babas are kind of weak. Thank God for that. The Bobbies are more like ranged enemies, though. Oh, you know what we should do, chat? We should play the Dead Space 2 multiplayer. If we get enough of us queuing up in the multiplayer games, we can actually revive the multiplayer community for Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2 actually has a really awesome multiplayer game that I always wish... multiplayer game mode that I always wish got its own game. Pregnant babies. Oh no. And Get Rocket Joint 10 bits say, so if you just stopped using the markers, there would not be an ongoing threat. Yeah, basically. So a little bit of backlore quickly about Fallout, Dead Space a bit more. The SCAF, Sovereign Colonies, or SCAF, which is Sovereign Colonies Armed Forces, is I think the pre-government that came before, because EarthGov, which is the current government of humanity now, I think overtook, because there was a civil war 300 years ago. And that civil war, the old government basically hid the markers because they were like, no, the markers are dangerous. And so yes, the old government did that, but the new government or whatever was not about that, so they fucking did do it. I can't remember 100%, chat, so you have to correct me on that. But yes, humanity did realize that they were too dangerous and actually couldn't destroy the damn thing, so they just scattered them on planets, like Age of 7, where we buried it, then quarantined the world. However, a new government took over, our records were lost, but they did remember the quarantine or something, and then they got rediscovered, and they started being used again, because people forgot.
Picked up should be able to melt through the barricade. Use the shock pad to ignite it. Hope I can hold this position. I can hear something big moving out there.
What the fuck? Oh. A little bit of ammo. Does the mark also create stillbursts as well? I don't think so. Oh, strong button. How do you do this again? Oh. I don't like the armored ones. Oh, the armored... Those ones are security officers, because they have armored leggings. Science? Question mark? NorthGov won the Civil War against Mars, and EarthGov tried hiding it, and Mars tried weaponizing markers, but gave up on it. I don't know if I believe you, Siliconus. Mostly because I can't trust you. Half the time, 90% of the time, you're wrong on everything. But I do know that they were trying to figure out stuff about the marker homeworld in the third game, the SEAF. Scap for the Separatists and EarthGov were trying to make the colonies pay up in taxes and tithes. Yep. The sovereign colonies lost, if I remember right. And they lost mostly because they spent a huge fleet and a fuck ton of resources on the expedition in 3. Because when we go to 3, there's a huge fleet in orbit, or ruins of it. There's a bajillion fucking, like, bases on the planet's surface itself and expedition sites and huge, like, things. It's pretty good. I actually hope Dead Space 3 gets remade one day, mostly because it was rushed. Artemis 25 say they could have literally threw the markers into the sun, or any star for that matter. You can't use the marker if it is inside the center of a fireball. Well, the thing is, EarthGov thought that they could make... That's why they experimented with the markers, they thought they could control it. And they kind of did. They built these containment chambers that actually prevented it from spreading and actually doing anything. So they managed to actually make it in a way that they could actually build these little bunkers around them, and they could use them. Here's the problem. EarthGov is going to have to deal with the Unitologists, which are these religious zealots, and this religious holy war that's being waged. The only reason why the markers keep getting exposed or things like that is because there's actually an element among humans that have been corrupted by the markers because of the mental effect, where they now believe they're like holy and stuff, and they're warped and twisted because the markers manipulate people that interact with them. He's dead. I forget that he does that. It scares me every time. Why'd you do that, you big dummy? Your head has got a little splishy splashy. I mean, to be fair, you were not coming back from that. Like, you were pretty dead. Yep, the Unity cells blew up containment shells, which caused necromorph outbreaks. No! It's in here with me, chat.
Use kinesis on heavy objects that display this symbol.
Yes, I actually... My hope for the franchise is that Dead Space 1 gets remade. I wouldn't mind if they just more or less remastered or remade 2 to conform with 1 in terms of gameplay, because there's going to be a lot of new polish with that. But I do hope that 3 gets remade. Like, I love the idea of the expedition. I love the idea of the backstory and everything like that. It's just 3 had such a short budget because in 3 most of the assets are recycled, and the Carver and like Isaac co-op stuff was really good, but there was barely any of it and not enough of it in my opinion. Also, having Isaac and Carver split up for sections would actually be super cool. I'd hate it. I'd curse it while it happened, but it would, like, that's the way you do it. Like, remember Gears of War 1, where the party splits up and one player takes like another guy and goes one way and the other guy goes the other way? Like, Dead Space 3 should be like that if they remake it. It should have you working together for like a level, and then you should have like sections where you're like, okay, we gotta, like, I'll deal with this and you deal with that, or like I'll be like trying to hack this thing, because they had one section like that when you're in the ships, and one Isaac had to like basically fit these things together to get these cargo containers out of the way, while Carver had to hold off and cover him while he did that. And then they had other sections where Carver's having like a mental aneurysm because of the marker's effect on his brain, while Isaac is trying to protect him, while he's trying to like, get a hold of yourself. Meanwhile, Carver's fighting in his head. Like, there is a lot of good ideas there, but they kind of mess up and everything else because of the reused level sections, where you really start to feel, especially towards the end, where it's like, oh god, all the bonus missions as a whole were fucking the reused same level set. More Insane Vision Quest stuff? Yes. Like, Dead Space 3, keep the co-op stuff. Don't fucking get rid of that. But, like, expand it. 3 was onto something. It just lacked development time and lacked resources to actually be made. And was basically never gonna work out well. Oh. Gears of War. I also hope Gears of War gets ported to PC. It sounds like another Zealots are the Deus Ex Machina of cause to many sci-fi. It looks about it. No. The Unitologists aren't like a Deus Ex Machina thing here. The Unitologists are a huge core element that is established in the first game, and they actually play a huge role in the whole storyline. Because the whole thing about Unitologists doing what they're doing is also because of the effects of the markers itself. And it helps demonstrate how the markers overcome civilizations. Even ones that have sort of figured out how to deal with it. Yes, okay, so before I get to the next monster spawn, this really brings up EA hamstring that they're doing stupid shit. Yes, they did. Actually, the crafting system I kind of liked. It was kind of fun to play with. I didn't mind that. Like, modifying war gear and making, like, stuff like that, that makes sense because Isaac Clarke. But what I did think was dumb was the microtransaction system. Which, by the way, to Visceral's credit, because I always credit for them for this, if you decide to play Dead Space 3, I'll tell you an exploit real quick that Bubbles found. When you get your little drones, place them not on the supplies, place them randomly throughout the level. Just wherever. Just not at any of the supply nodes. Why? Because it gives you ration seals. Ration seals can be used in the in-game EA store to get you access to the premium content. And literally just by engaging it with it by not the way it's intended to be played, there's a loophole in the system that actually gets you the premium stuff basically free. So that's the neat way to get around that. Like all the premium loot drops and stuff and the components, like that's how you get around that. And I swear to God, Visceral either is brain dead or they literally did that intentionally. Which, I can't go in there. That to me screams it was intentional sabotage by Visceral to undermine it. EA also forced them to put multiplayer in Dead Space 2, but here's the thing, chat. I want Dead Space to have a multiplayer spin-off like Left 4 Dead. Oh god, I think there's one behind me. No. Oh, there's one in front of me. Oh god. You see why I wait, champ? Because it scares the shit out of me every time. Doesn't matter how many times I know where they're coming from. It's still scary. Eh. Oh. Hey, it's the captain. He looks very dead now, though. It's time. No, did we get a new dialogue thingy? Hold on. Does that reset when I do this? Destroy the barricade. Wait. Oh, it replays the whole things. Okay. I didn't know that.
I can't believe I lost her. We can still do this. Get me the captain's rig codes and we'll find Nicole.
That's cool and all, kid, but the game lost all horror because the weapons were too strong to it. Here, let me break it to you softly, Squealy. So, the natural fate of a horror game is that it becomes less scary the more you encounter the enemies. Dead Space's natural conclusion as a horror game is as an action game. This is the fate of all horror. The fate of every horror game, once the mystery is gone, it's no longer nearly as scary. Like, this game is not as scary. Because actually no, literally the reason why it's not as scary as it used to be, like, I'm still scared of it. But the reason is that, well, I kind of know the lore behind it. I know the necromorphs aren't as mysterious as they once were. It's still scary, though. But it's not as scary! And that's coming from somebody who's not good at scary games. Which means my word carries more weight. Dead Space 3 barely tried horror. Dead Space 3 is an action game. With occasionally a jump scare here and there. A very bad jump scares, mind you. A very creepy atmosphere. But lacking development time was its biggest flaw. Lacking resources and proper funding. And being forced to ship out a really awkward time to make the Christmas sales, if I remember right. It needed another year or two in the oven. Maybe not 2. Maybe a year. Like, if they wanted to do a Christmas release, they should have waited 1 more year. This is so cool. Goodbye. Sing wee. Yes. Dead Space's natural evolution is an action game. And the more the Dead Space franchise goes on, the less that there is horror.
Your grav boots will kick in when you enter a zero-G area.
They're reworking this section. I saw them rework this section in the trailers they did. Mostly because this section did not age well. It's kind of cool. Except now I look at this and I'm like, this is archaic as fuck. Could you do this? Go like, yep. When meanwhile, it's like, these suits have like fucking thrusters and stuff. Like, why are they doing this? Lol.
Exiting zero gravity.
Great. You got a shock pad. Combine that with the thermite at the barricade to destroy it.
Doom was never scary. Not even the first Doom.
Moving through the vents. Stay safe, Isaac.
Doom 3 was the first attempt to make Doom scary, and it was actually really cool and a novel idea. Sadly, Doom 3, though, had other problems. Oh, that's super good, Robert. Good job finding that. What's that music?
Entering zero gravity.
Hi, that's creepy. Okay, they're dead. How do I do the hop? I forgot. Why? I think Doom 3 is kind of scary. The first section of Doom 3 is scary, then it switches into a sort of action game, but it starts with a sort of scary atmosphere. You know, maybe chat, maybe for tonight's movie night we'll watch Doom 3. Just that's retarded, Kib. Yes, but it was kind of funny. You can't lie to me, chat. I don't think I need those little batteries. It had some creepy elements. Only in the first section of the game. Like the first couple chapters, and then I think it pretty much evaporates and switches to like a more action-themed thing. Because Doom 3 understood that it wasn't really supposed to be too horror, it just wanted to start off with that atmosphere. I kind of like Doom 3's slow pacing. I was like, something feels weird. And now we know why. Squid's like, I want to watch the Doom movie, he says. The Doom movie's fucking awful. It's the one with the rock. And no, not the other thing. We're not talking about that. Little champ, boom, boom, little champ. Little champ, boom, boom, little champ. Little champ, boom, boom. My back is itchy. Need a little scratchy thing. New YouTube's look, did they change it again? What do you mean new YouTube's look? What? So there was no connection. Yeah, there was no connection to the movie in Doom 3. The movie had nothing to do with Doom 3 whatsoever. Is there ever a way to unlock the locked lockers? No, I don't think so. Oh, you don't like the new YouTube look? What new YouTube look? I don't see anything different about it. It's scary, not scary. I mean, thing is, for me, this game is super scary. For people who played through Dead Space multiple times, like, and who are experienced with horror games, like, Dead Space isn't actually all that terribly scary. But it has... One thing I heard universally is that it has a stellar atmosphere. Bitch. See, that's the problem when I see you. Yeah, you go down. The Rock, we kill them all. I can't remember that movie. I remember the wheelchair dude turned into the weird wheelchair zombie thing. I do want to do Doom 3 with Baboos and do it co-op, but I need to get the co-op mode working. Because only Doom 3 on the original Xbox had co-op. Wait. Where's the captain room? I think, if I remember right, I think he comes back as a SQEKROMORPH. Ah, yes. That's the thing. He's gone. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. But it sure is spooky. Are you going a full playthrough? Maybe. A part of me feels like I should try to do some fresh things, though. Ah! That was gross. Yeah. Get off my body. Get up. No. Go away. I don't even know who you are. You're like weird little crawly things. I'm not really sure. I think these are just basically just little organ bits, but basically this is like SQEKROMORPHS that just are small. Like, they're not really imposing when the body isn't active or large. Oh. Kibs turned the gamma all the way up? I don't think so. Let's check. No, it's in the middle. Dead Space 1, I guess, was never really that dark. It's kind of strange. I always thought it was much darker than this. But maybe my memory was tricking me. Those are fetuses from an undeveloped child? Oh no. I don't think so. Is that what they are? I always thought they come out of fat people. Because the fat zombie, the morbidly obese one, like, they crawl out of them. Yeah, I always thought this game was darker. What do you think, Chad? Is this just weird? Because look, let's check again. Yeah, that's default. Middle of the road. It's just really bright. Don't you love when the zombie developer, wouldn't it be great if the zombie puked on people? Ah, the puker things. Those are only in 2 if I remember right. That's the one that rips off your mask and then pukes down your mouth and you're like, ugh, and then you puke out his puke and then die. I remember being super dark and shadowy and atmospheric. I haven't messed with my monitors at all, mostly because I don't want to fuck with them, because I think they're perfect the way they are. You could always use more health packs, I think. Alright, now we blow up this little door thing. I remember this being very underwhelming. Yup. That is, I like how it's also blown outwards, which is not quite right. Hopefully they fix that in the remake.
Okay, you're through. Should be clear from there to the morgue. Remember, the codes are on the captain's body.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan transmitting ship-wide. We need more help. We don't have the resources to deal with this many cases. Nobody would tell us what's happening. These wounds, we are not equipped to deal with this. Get him to the table. Hold him. Nurse, you hold him down. Christ. There's recording.
That was Nicole, right? I can't tell from here when that log was made. I'm sure she's around here somewhere.
Bam. Bum 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 bum. Beep boom beep boop boop boop. Alright, have a good night, Slutbadon. It's time. Right, it's time to appreciate what the fucking map level made dudes did on the map. Can't read that. For open that done. Don't open that door. Maybe. They have come. Give them hope. Give them something. They'll last a bit longer. Give them strength to last a bit longer. Hey, it's okay to be fucked. Oh, okay. It's time. Save us. Oh my god, these are hard to read, some of them. I give great pang. So I can't read that. I'll be here. Some had family emergency. God damn. Their handwriting's horrible, chat. No. Sorrowful. No. Okay. Save me. Save us, save us, save us. And then someone chat blood all over there. Some of these aren't as easy to read. The Left 4 Dead ones are better. Give great head? Maybe. Alright, come on. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna squeak at me? Mm-hmm. Oh no. I missed. I missed a lot. Because you're very small. And you're very hard to shoot at. Okay, okay, you know. Could be worse. Could be worse. Man, I do hope they make a multiplayer spin-off series. Like Left 4 Dead style. Not the main series, like a spin-off. Mostly because the Dead Space 2 multiplayer, like I really enjoyed that. In fact, I played that a lot. Mostly because the regular game was super scary. Boop. Okay, alright. Well, I'll take this opportunity to explore more. Buckets of bits. Ooh, it's Kids is the old Dead Space or the remake? The remake isn't out yet. Like the remake would look. Here, you know what? Where's the? Tell you what. Well, yeah, just so I can show you the difference between this and the remake, so you can see. Just a sec. All right, so we go. Just minimize. Google. YouTube. Now look, chat. Look. Dead. Hold on. They released a gameplay trailer, I think, a couple days ago. Oh, what? The PlayStation got a different one? I bet your voices, I'll be mad. Okay. Alright. I don't know if that's a gameplay trailer. But here. Lighting is different, definitely. Not to mention resolution, not to mention textures and everything else.
Clark.
What have you got, Isaac?
Half the Ishimura's in the red. Engines, hull, the trams.
They got Isaac to voice act it, though. Or the voice actor for him.
Get the fuel running.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical is overwhelmed. We need help.
They brought in the more Zero-G stuff, but they're using the Dead Space 2 Zero-G stuff. It's just a big Tommy one. Doesn't look bad.
Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clark. With or without you.
I think it's me. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Nicole?
That's that one, and then apparently there's this one, which I'm not sure if this is just a culmination of other things or what. This is from something.
Responding to your distress call. Red, engines, hull, the trams.
Can you handle it alone?
Fix the centrifuge. Get the fuel running.
I think it's a combination of other gameplay.
Life in there, just so that it's not completely dead scene.
Yeah.
Quite thematic. And then as we look above us,
But the lighting looks good, though.
Massive engine, and it's again, it makes us feel small and insignificant, right? It's looming.
But I can't tell where this level is, so part of me feels like they're redoing the levels completely. We're just quickly discussing the remake, now that everyone's here, and I think it looks quite good. What do you guys think?
Steam coming out of the pipes. There's some secondary animation with the moving pistons. It gives light.
But we'll make the Kibs squeal. The lighting's quite dark in this one.
And then we're always leading the player with a little bit of horror story.
I'll sort of skip through this because I don't want to watch the whole thing.
That's got dried up on the side.
Talking about the blood textures. I've already seen this, by the way. It's like, there's dry blood texture and then there's wet ones. It's like, okay, thank you, developer. They were talking about the fog effects, which the fog effects look kind of spooky, and they try to show you how they interact with the necromorphs, which is kind of neat. With the lighting.
This effect also works quite well with our lighting, and renders with the rest of the fog we have throughout our game.
And the new SQEKROMORPHS look quite spooky.
We can create a steam or smoke effect like this, or we can cover the floor with a thin layer of interactive fog.
But yeah, by and large, I'm looking forward to it. I'm cautiously optimistic about the remake. Cautiously. Because I really do hope that the Dead Space remake actually takes off and reboots the franchise. Because I always thought Dead Space was one of my favorite spooky franchises. But it just never really... Like, it got off the ground, and it got running, and then it crashed horribly. At the end, it just face planted into a fucking brick wall. So I'm probably going to definitely stream that, I think. Logan Gabriel says, I would not give money to the same people that shut down Visceral and took their work. The same people that shut them down? Probably not. You mean, if you're talking about EA, yes. EA is a little butcher. They're the butcher of many studios. Victory Games, brutally murdered. Visceral, brutally murdered. Pandemic, brutally murdered. But I don't really care about company politics. My only concern is actually whether the game is good or not. If the game's good, great. If it's shit, then nothing else matters. There's no point in anything if the game's garbage. Oh boy. Resident Evil 2, or no, Get donates 10 bits, thank you very much, to say, Resident Evil 2 still makes me curse and jump, even though I have played through and know all of it. Are you talking about the... I assume you're talking about the original Resident Evil 2. Which I've never played. And I've never played the other one. Alright, excuse me. I have played the remake. That's the only one I played. And that one made me piss myself. You know, Rocket donates 10 bits to say, hey Kibs, can you do the same to do a game in development trailer for Legends? Oh, like development stuff? We could. I mean, technically we already do, sorta, but we don't do like a walkthrough of the features. But we could. once the level editor is more hammered out. If you want, you can check Robin's channel. It's in our channel homepage. Robin is at the bottom. He streams actually our programming for our code, mostly in regards to the prefab editor, which, if those aren't familiar with our game, prefab editor is the world. Where to put my controller? Is the world editor for our game. It's how we build the world. It's our toolkit for that. So we're putting that together so we can actually build the levels. Because that will be super handy dandy to have. Oh. David Morrison says, EA looks at Battle Damage Studios. You look tasty. Do you come here often? Sad kib noises. The thing is, chat, with you guys constantly giving me supers and donos, like, honestly, this is my opinion. Now, this might be naive, and you can let me know what your thoughts are. But I think that we have a unique opportunity thanks to you guys, and the fact that that is fucking disgusting. I think that's just flesh dangling off the side. We have a unique opportunity because our fucking Jesus Christ fucking sex bots distracting me. Get it, chant. Unique opportunity because we're crowdsourced, because we're run by the channel. Not many game devs do this. There are some that do. I think we can avoid having to sell out to a publisher to get funding. I think if we can do it this way, we can actually develop games long term by just being a small studio and never having to answer to a publisher, and instead having to just simply make good games. Your neck looks really derpy. That made me feel a little better. See, if I've talked about my game, like, all of a sudden I got courage and I'm not really scared. No. Okay, I'm a little startled. No, okay, now I'm scared. I'm not scared. No, I'm very brave. Very brave. Oh, Jesus. Stop that. You're gonna kill Kib if you keep doing that. Now, there's something creepy about this bed. That looks fleshy. And also broken. That looks fleshy, and that's definitely fleshy bits hanging off the side. That's quite gross. Like, what is that? Is that just like a body bag? No, it's just like skin or something. Not sure, but it's gross. That's very naive, Kibs, especially how grocery prices haven't shown any signs of slowing down. Same with inflation, economy was destroyed. Actually, we're making it. Time for EA fanfic. We've made it, what is it, 2 months now? 2 months in a row, just via crowdsourcing. We've been able to maintain status quo operations. And we're actually currently growing in revenue, somehow. So somehow we're defying, because originally I was kind of of the same opinion. Because it definitely feels like we're defying all logic and reason. Or what I would assume would be logic and reason, but I guess I was wrong. I guess that literally streaming and just being honest about stuff will make you mun-muns. Oh god. Oh shit, no, 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 not now! Stop it. You got a text scroll pop up in the middle of that shit. Not okay. I looked at a Robin stream, and the first thing I heard is him calling someone retarded. It reminds me of you. Our development team is like a family, okay? We're very similar. A flesh cocoon. Yeah, basically. Maybe. Chad has a very generous whales. Thank you, Artemis. Damn. You mean Cuckamus? He's like, yeah. Cuckamish. All around me are little bits of fleshy bits. Look at this guy chilling here. He's like, hey, how you doing? Okay, well, there's nothing. I love that early 3D physics where they just twitched a little. He just awkwardly jitters and jumbles around. He places their hands on Kibs' thighs. His lips begin to quiver. He just wants my wallet, Kibs thinks to himself. No. Kibs doesn't need EA as a publisher.
Can anybody hear me? My name is Eileen Fisk. I just woke up in here and everybody was gone. I don't know what's happening. Why did they all leave? I'm going to try and find someone. If you can hear this, please come for me. I can hear scratching in the wall. Hello? Who's there? Are you a doctor? Why is everyone... Wait, I know you. You're Harris, the prisoner from the colony. You killed that nurse. Help! Somebody help me! Please!
I think she's dead. I think she's dead. Let's see. Get her doing 10 bits to say I could show to someone who doesn't follow you or care about Discord where they would be like, "Whew, that looks cool. How do I support?" Buy up to your bank account. I'm kidding. Actually, but technically. No. Oh, I make myself cringe from my own jokes. I see Kibs is already squeaming. That's true. A very close family. No, Frank. Bad not reading the rest of that. Why are you so low? Because it's a solo stream. Also, when you lost your job, we gained a sense of protectiveness. Also, you're still Meredith to us all. No, I'm not. Seba, you're still alive. Good. Is after having to take care of bedridden sick person for a while, necromorphs are even more disgusting visually. Yes, they're quite gross. Especially if you know... well, they did a lot of research into, like, flesh and stuff. There was a rumor that they actually looked at car crash victims, but apparently that was false. They're like, no, we just went to a butcher shop and bought some, like, literally meat. And, like, well, they took it to the studio and, like, look at it. And they poked it, like, it's squishy. Look, Kibs, a friend. Oh, was a friend. Hey, Fuzzy. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the SQEKROMORPHS? Or this lady here? Which, by the way, like, I want to point out that, you know, she killed herself, right? But look at how much ripped, like, you notice her clothing's ripped and there's, like, flesh chunks ripped out of her. Like, she isn't, like, that's fucking, like, exposed meat. That's fucking pretty painful. This guy was also wiggling, by the way, as he was being sawed on. Which is quite gross. Dr. Kine, Chief Science Officer. Captain Matthias B. Benjamin. Further to our previous conversation, I ask that you delay bringing the marker up from the planet for a day or two. You know I am as keen as anyone to study it in detail, and I understand your sense of urgency given the events on the colony. But that's why I ask, what's happening down there is just too unique, too unprecedented, to cut it short without proper time to study the causes and effect. In light of a discussion I had with Dr. Mercer, I'd like to meet with Dr. Sarello and Welland, planetside, to get their observations, Terrence. I don't think he actually ever went down planetside, if I recall correctly. Mostly because the planet deteriorated fast. Real Hosinator donates $5 say, Fuzzy Wuzzy was an orc. Fuzzy Wuzzy is a dork. Damn! Dorky Fuzzy! Save. And thank you for the generous donation, little chat. Oh, there's something in my eye. It's a little boogie. Okay. Didn't they buy a whole goat and let it decompose in their closet? Something like that. They wanted to see, like, the effects of, like, what happens to flesh and stuff like that. And then so the artist could study that and then try to better draw that, but incorporate it into, like, you know, creepy necromorphs, like what happens to, like, flesh. That's quite terrifying.
Chief Science Officer Dr. Kine reporting. The colony's problems concern me greatly. I have no doubt they are somehow linked to the discovery of the marker, but the exact nature of that connection is still unknown. Almost 40% of the colonists are experiencing a form of dementia. The obvious symptoms are acute depression, insomnia, and hallucination. Incidents of violence and even murder also indicate extreme paranoia. Dr. Mercer has advised that I bring some of the affected on board for study. Dr. Wellen, the planet-side psychiatrist, has reported that his own analysis has been fruitless. I'm hesitant to rely on Dr. Mercer at this point, but I need his expertise. We need solutions, and we need them quickly.
Dr. Kynes was basically like the only one doing the right thing, if I remember right. Both from the anime and the games. Because Dr. Kynes, if I remember right, is also trying to stop the outbreak, and then he realizes, I think in this game as well, because I think he's still alive, that they have to destroy the ship. Or they have to destroy, like, the marker or something like that. My eardrum bursted today. What? Busted today coming home and seeing you play Dead Space is the highlight of my day so far. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your eardrum, but be sure to take it easy on the audio. Make sure you turn it down and maybe like cover the other ear and don't use that one. Take it easy, little black belt lad. Don't be listening to too many loud things. Thank you though, and I appreciate the highlight. Holznator donates $5 so I can confirm that Brother Strato loves being sent puns. He definitely doesn't want to airstrike my house. I take it you've been bothering him regularly. Good. Alright, before we progress to the next section, I'm gonna grab another drink because I just emptied this one. We need more liquidy bits. Stretchy bits too. Oh, Christ. Alright, grab a drink. There we go. And because I don't have time to eat dinner, we'll grab a beef stick. Unironically, chat, beef sticks are actually become like a new source of like food for me. It's literally like the thing that you can eat on stream or have like quickly on a stream if you don't have time for dinner or lunch or breakfast. And who doesn't like beef sticks? Nobody. That's so. I thought I heard the background of the main menu is a picture of the goat. Really? Did we? Maybe we saw that, chat. I think we might have. Oh my god, hold on, chat. You remind me of something. Related to Dead Space. We need to look at this. What is it called? What the heck was it called? Oh, your mom hates Dead Space. These. They did this for Dead Space 2's advertisement campaign.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. Do I sit down?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Should I...
These are cringe, by the way.
Turn off my cell phone?
If you don't mind. Yeah.
Yes. I don't want it to ring. Okay.
Okay, welcome.
Welcome. How come you're not real sitting in front of me?
Because I want to be able to introduce this footage to you that I'm going to show you of this brand new video game.
A video game.
A video game, yeah. They're still working on it, so it's not complete. But we're going to have a little running dialogue, okay?
Okay, but these things over here.
Yep, we're going to play footage on there, too.
And where else? Over
And right down
over
the middle.
here.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
So,
you're asking me to play a video game?
No,
okay.
just watch.
Maybe.
Just make yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Sit back for it.
Okay, we'll do.
There we go. All
Okay.
right. Tell me what you think.
I see some robot of a person. Oh my God. So terrible.
First impressions?
Oh, yeah, I'll show you my opinion. This is...
This is their advertisement campaign, by the way.
Hated it. Are you sure that to everybody, this one? Or different things?
They're all different, yeah.
And why did you choose this for me?
Totally random.
Is this going to happen? Going to be shown or whatever? Or what are they going to do?
They're still working on the game, so it's in
No,
progress.
that's awful. No wonder society is so corrupt. It's not very good. We'll have a society of criminals. And it's crap, purely crap. I hope it never comes through. If I ever see it somewhere in a video, I will personally take a hammer and slam it. Okay?
Your mom hates Dead Space 2.
Fucking Christ. They went for maximum edge points here. Is that it, though? I thought there was, like, more and they were, like, really bad. Hold on. Now that I know it's called Your Mom Hates Dead Space 2. I like how if I say type in your mom, the first fucking pop-up. Oh god, we have more? Oh my god, there's fucking... Some of these people look like total Karens. Listen, chat, we have to look at these, okay? Mostly because these are fucking cringe.
How are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm okay.
Well, Granny got a big ass. What the fuck, chat? This looks like a health hazard for poor grandmas. It does, doesn't it?
Oh, you can see me. I'm here.
Okay. Oh, that's you. Okay.
I'm Charles.
Hi, Charles. Oh, look at Charles.
Look at you. What we're doing here is showing you footage from a brand new video game. I don't actually work for the game company, so I'm an objective researcher. So I'd love your honest opinion on what you think and what you feel when you see it. Let's see what happens.
God help me.
Jesus. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I'm sorry, Khalifa, but I must make you cringe. I want to know your honest opinion, Chad. How do you feel after seeing these?
Scary. It's gooey. I call it gooey because, you know, they took the guts out and took the
I think it's gooey.
colon, the bone structure. Oh, some more. Oh, Lord, they can kill you that fast? Oh, that man cut his own stuff, God. Oh, there's a baby thing. That's a thing. What the hell? Oh, he fooling them.
This is the last one we're doing because I can't stay. They do feel very staged, some of them, though.
That's pretty gooey, but even though it's a video game, it's not reality.
It's actually
Thank you.
based on a true story, some astronaut or something. That's what they told
True
me.
story? A monster like that? That look like that's something from outer space. You know, I do believe in
Action videos before they were cool. The marketing is geniuses, really.
That's top secret. You know how they ask you, do you approve or you don't approve or you medium approve? So I disapprove, but it's not all the way to the bottom of the scale.
What?
All right, bye-bye. All right, get some more candy.
Your mom's gonna medium disapprove of Dead Space 2.
Medium disapprove. Either way, the marketing campaign, like, it's an interesting idea, but there's some quirky stuff around the Dead Space franchise. That is the last one. Like, oh god, some of them look so Karen-y. Some of them feel a little fake, but the one where the first old lady, like, that felt genuine to me. At least in how she was behaving. Gunfuck says this is stupid. Yep. Because the idea was that they were going for like, oh, it's so cool, you know. Your mom's not gonna like this game, but you know, it's cool. It's hip. It's on the edge. Wasn't there an old Doom commercial like this? Probably. It's bad, but kind of amusing and at least unique. Yes. Your mom hates Dead Space 2. Your mom medium hates Dead Space 2. So, okay, fair enough. I want to tear my eyes out so smudgy. This looks whack in a bad way. Indio says, I think they did something similar videos with Evil Within. Well, India, what do you think, Indy? Indy! Say, Indy Small. So, okay. We know. It is stupid, but you still remember it. Yes. That's why I remember it to this day. Because I remember seeing them, and I remember as a kid, I was just, like, cringing. I was like, oh my god. Like, shut the fuck up, old lady. No. I'll smash it with the hammer. Okay, Grandma. Okay. I mean, not to, like, fuck. I'm like, these games are scary, dude. Oh, wait, is that the captain again? Why is he over here? Wait, you only see him before? Or is that like, was that like a officer? Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit, we can't kill it. That's right, we have to see how they mutate. Oh, that one makes super ones. No. Yeah, little bat things.
Codes received, and they look good. Thank God. I'll start accessing the captain's records right now.
If Kyle made a hostage video of advert of his mom disapproving of this game, I'd laugh. My mom, depends on what era. Like now, if I showed her like this game, she'd be like, "Whoa, that's gross, scary." She'd probably be more amused because she's opened up more about video games now. But back in the old days, like me playing games, she was very anti that. If anybody knows the lore about Kibs. Medical log. Dr. Thomas G. Medical examiner. Report of death on ship. Subject Captain Matthias B. It is my sad duty to officially pronounce Captain Benjamin Matthias dead. Reports of the exact circumstances surrounding his death are conflicted, and beyond the scope of my role, I can only report on the body. The subject was in generally good health for his age, though a cursory blood test indicates his leukocyte count was very low, with eosinophils, I don't know what that is, in particular, almost non-existent. His pre-flight physical exam showed no such problems, indicating rapid onset. However, it is unlikely this had any effect on his death. Multiple contusions on the arms and hands indicating a brief struggle pre-mortem. Slight contusion around the ribcage suggesting his chest was restrained in some way. Cause of death was a single prolonged trauma to the ocular body, which continued on through the cavity wall and finally into the frontal lobe, causing rapid neurotrauma, seizure, and death. The force required to puncture the ocular cavity in this manner is great, and the possibility of self-inflection correspondingly low. I therefore have no alternative but to record a preliminary verdict of unlawful death. Whether deliberate or accidental is beyond my jurisdiction. Basically, what happened to him is happened in the anime. He was basically losing it on the ship. Dr. Kynes ordered the crew to restrain him. They did so, and Dr. Kynes tried to give him a sedative to calm him down. However, the crew lost control of the captain, and the captain lunged at Dr. Kynes, and accidentally ended up getting a fucking needle in the eye, and got the injection directly into his brain, and he died. The crew then, because of the effects of the marker, then began to well, immediately starts going, Kynes, you killed him, Kynes. You murdered him intentionally. And Kynes fled the scene. The crew would then remain on board the bridge, sealing the bridge, and making a final stand. They would all die in the end. I remember that. Gears was one of those games. Gears of War is a great game. Kibs, did you ever watch the Dead Space movies? Yeah, I've seen both. Second one was okay because it had anime booba. It was pretty well drawn. Very squishy. No, I'm kidding. But I think the first one was better. Though honestly, if you want to play Dead Space 1, I'd recommend watching the anime movie and then playing Extraction, then the anime movie and doing chronological order. Or if you want maximum scary spookiness, just play 1. But if you want to do it in lore order, that's more or less the way you gotta go. This reeks of a trap. How does necroinfection start? I believe it's just proximity to the marker. I think it's just cells begin to reanimate. Like these, I think, will eventually come back on their own. That's a super SQEKROMORPH. They've got a completely different, like, body model. You see the head. Kind of creepy looking. Come on. Go chat. There you go. The bottom jaw seems to be gone. There we go. That's a good shot. Very creepy, sunken, like, little pits of eyes. Gross. And thank you for the donation. You can't be infected while alive.
Somehow one of them found a way
That's
down
true.
the captain's nest. I managed to contain it in a damaged escape pod.
Actually, in 2, one of the infectors grabs a dude.
I found the deck logs. Whatever is happening around here, it came from the planet when they cracked it open. It spread to the colony and reached the ship. Isaac, this isn't an infection. It's some form of alien life. Shit, we've got bigger problems. The ship's engines are offline and our orbit is decaying. Get over to the engineering deck ASAP while I stay here and figure out what the problem is.
He's smart. Smarter than me. No, Chad. I am Dead Space when? Damn. Eyes fucking killing SQEKROMORPHs. Fair enough. The infector stabbed his brain. That's true. He did die. That was a pretty creepy scene in Dead Space 2. Oh, there's the save thingy. Oh boy. What the heck? The maggots effect from when that guy was dead there stayed there. They were just wriggling. Wait, all the corpses. You notice that? There's tons of corpses and bodies here, technically. Now they're all gone, chat. Very suspicious. Yes, 3 mummies were alive when they were infected. They ate them out of desperation. Desperation ate necromorphs. Yes. That's what creates the weird, like, thin, like, looking necromorphs. Because if you eat necromorph flesh, it sort of kills you from the inside. And it has a tendency, it makes you look starved, like you're just fucking noodle. Like you're thin and bony. We've got a fair bit of stuff. We're trying to make sure we never run out again. Free looty bits are always good for us, chat. Completed Chapter 2, Intent of Squeak. Oh no, the engine section. The more...
You've got two problems.
God damn it.
Working on borrowed time here. First, there's no fuel in the engines. Second, the gravity centrifuge is offline, which means there's a couple of trillion tons of rock pulling us down. I need you to get that centrifuge operational. Refuel the main engine and fire it up so I can stabilize the ship's orbit.
Well, chat, are you gonna do it? Whoa! Remember the necromorphs never die? That's true. They can't die. Not unless the marker's destroyed. Even you blow the little limbs off. In lore, they're all, every bit of it's alive. The cells are active. This room reminds me of something. I'm not sure what.
Personal log. Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. It's been 2 days since they pulled that planet open, since the captain died. The panic, the riots, they were nothing compared with what came after. Our friends, our co-workers, started coming back. Changed, coming back to kill us, drag us away.
True.
Rucker disappeared this morning, and I have to assume he's dead.
He's sleeping.
My crew, they're starting to crack. I'm trying to keep an eye on them, but right now I have bigger problems. We're hemorrhaging fuel, and the primary engine is laboring. Danvers and I are going to try to reach the fuel depot to see if we can fix it. Temple out.
Temple out, chat. Now, I can't remember if there's going to be a spooky little attack. Paranoid Lee walks around. It's very spooky. Just taking in the atmosphere is really good, chat. So who do you think stole the idea from the other, Mass Effect or Dead Space? The Reapers and... Whoa, okay, that spooked the shit out of me, chap. When will John Halo show up to prevent the fall of Cybertron and stop the White Walkers from capturing Captain Quake? I don't know, Nader, but we must hope. We must hope, our brothers. Alright, so, let's answer that question of Black Knight said. So who do you think stole the idea from the other, Mass Effect or Dead Space? The Reapers and Husks, Brethren, Moons, and Necromorphs are very similar. I don't think they stole it from either, mostly because they actually started at very different times and were doing different things. But they both are set in science fiction universes, and both are dealing with end times, galactic ending threats. Or galaxy ending threats. I don't think it's stealing at all. It's definitely pure coincidence. Especially when you actually start to look at what's the difference between Reapers and Necromorphs. Like, at first you're like, oh, if at the surface level, you're like, they're the same. But when you start to delve deep into the functions and mechanics of these things and how they function and work, they're fundamentally different. Now, both do one thing very similar here. And this is something that gets people all the time. Both have a mental effect. The Necromorphs fuck with your mind. So does the Reapers. The Reapers with their indoctrination also fuck with your mind. So there's a lot of similarities, but in execution, how they perform and what their end goals are very different. Because of one simple fact. Mass Effect was originally written with the idea that the Reapers weren't actually the main threat. The Reapers were fighting the Void, or Void Energy, or whatever the heck it's called. Or some sort of Void-based threat. The Reapers were not actually the main threat in the original plot. That was retconned later on by different writers. Because they established in Mass Effect 2, they established the fact that the Reapers, you know, do call the galaxy of life forms, but in races to create these things to deal with some external threat. So the idea that the Reapers were like a galaxy-ending threat isn't necessarily 100% true, because their goal wasn't originally to end the galaxy. However, somewhere in development of Mass Effect 3, in that rush development hellhole that game was, they then changed the story and the lore with the Leviathan update, or the Leviathan expansion, which basically just sort of changes what the Reapers were entirely into something completely different. Which sort of establishes that no, they aren't actually fighting a Void thing, and no, they're just beep boops that went crazy, and some sort of derpy loop to wipe out all life, because cyclical bullshit. Which is, the cyclical nature of life forms as a whole is true, but the idea that, the sort of loophole that gets to is kind of silly. And that's where the people are also upset, because it was very rushed, and the ending didn't really have a lot to do with anything, because it sort of bypassed everything they were building up, and then sort of was like, nope, the Reapers are just the threat. That's it, nothing else. It's like, what about all that other stuff? Nope, that's nothing. It's like, okay. Alright. All that was just nothing. None of that happened. This guy looks kind of cool, though. He's got like a little spooky mask. Let's knock his head off. Looks like you lucked out this time, Mr. Gas Mask Man. The Plus Hive Mind, that's true. Necromorphs, I don't know if they're necessarily a hive mind entity, because they actually form a sort of singular mind. And I don't think it's actually individuals that make up this mind. I think this entity is sort of born out of this biomass. But they never really expanded on that fully enough to really know for certain, so it's purely speculative. Maybe we'll find out when they finally finish the story up. I like the Void Threat story better. It's more nuanced. Yeah. I think it was better because it was like, okay, the Reapers aren't just the big bad. There's actually more to the Reapers than just being the end threat. Now, in Dead Space, the Necromorphs are the big bad. They are, well, they're a byproduct of the big bad, but they are bad. The big bad is actually the markers itself, which are these inanimate little shapes. But those markers are, I don't know if they're necessarily sentient, but in a way they kind of are, because of how they fuck with you. And they also make necromorphs and control them more or less. But yeah, the whole Reapers being the big bad was kind of dumb and made no sense, because it's like, oh, okay. Like, the story wasn't really going for that, but like, you were setting up something bigger, and then you just sort of, like, sidestepped your own story that you were building. I was like, okay, dude. Alright. Hold on, I gotta check the time, because I have the Game of Thrones show. If we don't have enough time to get Cyberpunk... See, a part of me wants to stream that. Fuck. Hold on, I gotta check. Chat, where did I put the Discord? This is definitely not going to be all done today. That's why I'm not particularly concerned with progress, because, oh well. I don't want to get too far into the game so the stream's too short. I show that was ah, damn it. We basically, there's not a lot of time left. Tell you what, chat, we'll do a little bonus thing. We'll sort of chat a little bit, but I don't have enough time to really progress the next section. Guaranteeably. God damn it. What we will do is we'll do something in Discord, but first I'll answer the remaining things. Let's go back and save. We'll continue this, though. Boop. Alright, let's see. Oh, right, this is what they were called, the Brethren Moons, creep concept. Yeah, they're basically moons that are created out of the civilizations. Didn't the markers also work as an infinite energy generator, and that's why people still wanted them? Yes, because the power was so it's so tempting within our grasp. That's like we must have it, you know. Kibs of biomass, Boombo Weeb, no. The Brethren Moons could have been explained better, yes, and hopefully they will do that with the reboot of the franchise. I like the concept, the fact that the markers do the cyclical thing, and that's creating a race of these moon things, which are like these end-timesy, like, galactic threats that roam the galaxy, just wiping out all life. Like, that's kind of cool. Or, well, wiping out. Consuming. Mass Effect 4 should have been the Void things coming in and attacking everything. I mean, generally that should have been Mass Effect 3 should have been actually alluding to what the Void was, actually. But they didn't really... They just sort of... they fucked that up. They wrote this thing, they were building it up, there was all these cues and all the setup for this thing, and they did nothing with it, because Mass Effect 3 happens, and it's like, the Reapers, the Reapers, the Reapers. And you're like, okay, but like, what about that other stuff you were building up in 1 and 2? I'm like, what? It's like, okay. Okay. Never mind. Black Knights Dollar says, Squeak, beat Kibs. For in space, no one can hear you squeak. Might be unless in the next few days, as I am on a foodie trip in Galveston with my mom. Oh, well, be sure to drive safe, you little muppet. Let's see, they are working on an actual Mass Effect 4 right now. They are. It's going to be based on one of the endings with the Reapers. Maybe they can, like, reintegrate the Void threat. But it would be kind of weird with how the Reapers behaved. It was like, okay. Deus Ex writer has been hired to work on Mass Effect 4. Well, hopefully he understands reads up on what it is they were going for. Broware was rushed by EA, is my guess. They kind of were. Mass Effect 3 was a disaster. It was a miracle it was able to be shipped. In the same way that Mass Effect Andromeda was a miracle it was able to be shipped. They literally scraped it together scraped it together as quickly as they could. We're going to do it by default. What other stuff built up in 1 and 2? It's mostly dealing with the Void threat. Like, they were establishing the fact that the Reapers weren't the main threat. They never were. It was the Void. Or whatever the Void thing was. But they did nothing with it. And they do talk about it later on, where they mention, like... Or somebody talked about it later on, where it's like... They were doing something with this whole antagonist threat, and they never wanted to, like... Or they wanted to pursue it, but for whatever reason, had to switch hands, and the person that switched hands didn't know what to do with it, and it's like... evil Reapers, that's easier. It's like, yeah, that is easier, but it's also lazy. I don't have a license, Kyle. Well, then your mom's gonna drive. Tell her to drive safe. My brain. Gonna be honest, second evil main threat are just lazy writing? No, wrong. Completely wrong. Second evil threats are only lazy if they come out of nowhere. A perfect example of this is actually the Scourge from Warcraft. The Scourge is not a main threat at all, and actually is a secondary, tertiary sort of threat to everything else. It's a byproduct of the main threat, and isn't really a problem until the main threat's been dealt with, and then the Scourge is then dealt with later. The thing is, a secondary threat is not a bad thing, especially if you actually interweave it into the story. It's not lazy, it's actually clever. The problem is very, very few times is it actually executed well, because you need to do it from the beginning. It has to be planned from the very beginning, and there has to be like different things in the story, like clues throughout the beginning, the first game, first movie, whatever it is, has to be established at the very beginning that this is this threat. And we're slowly learning a little bit more through each game about the real threat while we deal with this current one. That is clever writing. That is how you do it. That is how you build to something greater, a much more epic scaled threat. That is something they were doing in Mass Effect, then completely biffed on because they didn't do anything with it, because they dipped out, which was, it's the lazy way to be like, nah, the Reapers are the main threat. That is the lazy route. The hard route is actually rewarding all that build-up with actually something worthwhile, not half-assing it. Another example of a new threat being introduced that's done haphazardly, the Endless from Halo Infinite, when we stream that, that is a perfect example of that. That is horrible fucking bullshit. That shit is bullshit. Fucking garbage. I am so mad about that. Wow, you bring it up later. $5 say, how about the Endless? How's that for a BS main threat? That is exactly the problem I'm talking about. You introduce a threat that isn't established. This is the same problem that happened in Warcraft with the Jailer, which I just read up on and had a fucking aneurysm as I was catching up on Warcraft lore to see what the story was. And I fucking about exploded reading about the story. I was like, what? It's like, actually, the Lich King was a puppet of the Jailer. It's like, no, the Lich King was created by the Burning Legion, not this made-up guy. It's like, I'm a bad guy, but actually, I'm not a bad guy. I'm actually a good guy trying to help you prepare for the real bad guy. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Who writes this shit? It needs to be done well. It actually has been done well in the past. Now, don't be mad at Kib, because Kib can't quite remember perfect examples of this. Tolkien was actually attempting to do this with, like, Morgoth, or what the heck his name? Melkor? Because Melkor's the main threat, and Sauron's actually just a lieutenant of the main evil in the Lord of the Rings, in the Middle-earth universe. And that is an example of it not being done well. Or no, sorry. Retarded Kib. That's an example of it not being finished because he died. I'm sorry, I saw somebody write Halo Infinite, and I just immediately relapsed into anger. We're talking about payoffs and bad villains and main threats. Because people were like, is Mass Effect a copy of Dead Space? And I was like, no, they're not really copies of each other, because the stories were going in completely different directions. Unfortunately, in the end, Mass Effect 3 did end up kind of, like, in a way, sort of being just like Dead Space. But it was not an intentional copycat thing. It just so happened that they got lazy and fucked up the story. Jailer made sense, but they did so badly versus he was trying to stop the main light versus void. See, I don't care about the Jailer. I don't care about Sylvanas. Like, I read through what happened in that. I don't want to... No, we're not talking about that. No. Talk about that in the World of Warcraft streams. My head hurts. Just thinking about it. If Jailer was trying to stop invasion or take over of the old gods, no, shh, shh, no more, no, Snoke, and there's no, shh, enough, bad, sit, down, chat, down, chat. That more or less concludes my whole thing. Is like, as long as you establish a main threat. Oh, I want to talk about this more and use something. No, I can't. But you'll see one day. All of you will understand. The Shadowland. No, sit. Didn't StarCraft? No, sit. No, sit the fuck. No, they fucked it up too. Oh God. StarCraft, oh god. Okay, StarCraft sort of did it right, and then fucked it up at the end. Because they did it... Oh... See, they established in StarCraft right away that the Xel'Naga, or whatever the heck, is a thing, and that's a main threat. Good. Very good. They established the fact that there's like these hybrid Zergs, and that they're interconnected. Good. They did that. Check. They're doing everything right. Problem is that StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, pretty good. Check. Good game. Okay story. The ending, not very good. The ending made no sense. But the problem with that StarCraft 2 is the fact that they couldn't kill off the most essential character, and then she was literally sidelined in the next game. So they built her up like Kerrigan to be like this big thing to deal with the problem, but it was actually not. So none of that mattered, and it was something else. And it was stupid. The whole Xel'Naga plotline fell apart because they didn't really think it through, and the execution fucked it up. Because the idea behind the end threat for StarCraft is good, the execution is horrendous. Oh god, I read a wiki on the latest work. No. Oh, he says nuke is all I say. Get better writers. Oh wait, they don't know how to hire writers. Apparently, from a friend of mine, they basically like are pretending that never happened. So, whatever. They're going completely different direction with the story for WoW because they fucked up so bad. And to be fair, like there is no other way to go. No, Xel'Naga were in the original StarCraft game, Draconis. Draconis, they did in the original game, Draconis, you didn't beat the Draconis. You play the original game, Draconis. You're wrong, Draconis. You're wrong again, Draconis. You're wrong. All the time you're wrong. Why are you wrong so frequently? It hurts me. Stop it. Stop. Kerrigan. No, Kerrigan. You mean like every other company? Says Enigmatic Dude. He's just mad. It's like, The other issue is the fact that... Okay, so we had a conversation about threats and stuff. We'll talk about this. When we were working on our game, we had a conversation about threats and plot lines and stuff like this. And here's a problem that you see a lot of games have, is when they stop the main storyline and do like a side story. A great example, this is the Halo franchise. Halo 1 through 3, right? Is like, okay, it's pretty consistent with the direction where the story's going, and then it concludes. There's some hit or miss sections, but by and large, it does the job. The trilogy's by and large a good trilogy. You know, fundamentally flawed in certain areas, but that's just down to level design and rush development time. Halo 2, even your Scarab boss fight. But that more or less worked out. The thing is, when you're making a consistent storyline, you need to be constantly working on that thing. You stop working on the main story before it's done, and you do a side project. What often happens is the whole thing comes undone because you lose momentum. When you're working on a storyline, you're going to be in the zone. You've been working on the story. You got it. You know, like the back of your hand, right? You know the characters like Rhea, Ian, Ezra, Celeste. I know what they're going to do. If I deviate and make a different game, which takes a few years, that's a few years break, and that's a few years change. The transition of me writing after that other game and with taking all that experience to the next game is going to actually inadvertently do some serious damage to the actual next project because I haven't been working on that project consistently. I've sort of fallen out of connection with them. Now again, it boils down to individuality. You know, am I able to pick it up easier or better? So that varies on person to person, but let's assume very badly, right? So it doesn't work well. B, you know, all these new experiences have changed my perspective, and as a person, I've changed as well. That's technically C as well, so that's 3. But as a person, you also change as time goes on. When somebody's writing a story or making an art piece, the art piece and the story is very much reflective of their status as they were at that point in time. Like, past Kibs of, like, when we first started with the project, like when I was a little kid, versus, you know, when we first started making the game with a team, compared to current Kibs, is a very different person in terms of what I knew, how I thought things worked, compared to how I know things work now, or what I know now versus what I didn't know then. Very different, completely. Now, as a bad guy in one, Kibby, one just says Xel'Naga created Protoss and Zerg, just had civil war, then fucked off to some higher existence. Yes, never as a bad guy. Listen. The whole fucking StarCraft thing's a mess, and we'll get into that when we go through StarCraft again. Evil Xel'Naga came out of nowhere. I think maybe. I'll maybe let that slide. Maybe Draconis will have this one, only because I'm rusty. But remembered, your days are numbered, Draconis. They're numbered! Xenomorphs. Oh, it was actually us doing AI Dave Boy. Then AI Dave Boy doing Xenomorph. Yeah, basically. The one thing I will say about the fucking prequels for the fucking Aliens universe is the actor who plays Dave is fan-fucking-tastic. He's amazing. The movies are horrible, though. They're all ass. The only saving thing, or the only thing worth watching, if you ever watch those pieces of shit, is for Dave's acting. The guy, I forget the actor's name. Fucking amazing. But the fucking movies are awful. Absolutely horrid. I do know that the cinematography is in the first one is actually stellar. Second one, what do you call it? Fucking some religious mumbo jumbo. Sometimes the whispers are weird, but you can make out what they're saying. That's gonna sound weird out of context. The hybrid thing was a Squeakwit mission. It was. Squeakwit. Squeakwit mission. Nick the Fassbender, he's awesome. Yeah, he did a fucking awesome job. Great actor. Wasted on a terrible movie. And later, in the later one, he then said the Xel'Naga was evil and god of the Protoss. Okay. See, I was a bit rusty on that. I remember reading the StarCraft books, but it's been a while. StarCraft books are actually really good. The originals. The originals. And the first Heaven Devils is awesome. The second one was okay, or whatever it was. Is he the same guy from Homelander? Kibs AVP Alien series? Maybe, if you behave. See, but I am behaving. Maybe. Fassbender was in Band of Brothers. Yes, I do remember him there. I don't remember. I can't remember what he looks like entirely when I think about him. Like his face, like it's just a blur. Like I remember blonde. I think blonde and blue-eyed, with a defined jawline. Not that it says much. Now your thoughts on the movie? Oh, on the movies, the AVP alien. Oh God, no, trash. The garbage. Get out of here. The Alien versus Predator thing, I feel like being combined into the same thing, I felt was always bad. No, Jonathan Crow. Well, yes, I am scared, but I don't have enough time to proceed in this game, so I'm actually taking this time to just have a chat with Champ, because I have to record Game of Thrones. Unfortunately. That woke show. God damn. Hate it. I would rather play Dead Space, to be honest with you, but I have obligations to help Barch with that, so I'm going to do that. What movies are you talking about? The AVP movies. I thought the AVP movies are garbage. I don't know if that's a controversial hot take, but I think they suck. I think they're super lame. They're super lame. Super lame. And I'm not just saying that because as a little kid I was terrified of them. They were lame. I just remember that one scene where the kid's got like a face hugger baby in his chest, and he's just like stands up, he's like, and then it like bursts out of his chest, and I was like, okay. I remember most of the chest burster scenes in that movie being, or all of them being very annoying, because like honestly they shouldn't show it because it always looks stupid, because like it's dumb. Like that one scene where that army chick or whatever gets one and she's like, like they always do that. Like, yeah, I know it's gonna burst out your chest, but like, can you just not be cringe about it? Like yourself. Boof, it goes out of your chest. Not my fault they're cringe. Dead Space 2 was my very first Let's Play. It was a good time. Dead Space 2. That's from the olden days. Well, come on, Kibs, tell Barch the blondie girl wins and nothing else happens. Then you can play more Dead Space, lol. Well, we gotta cover the show, sadly. Zeratul? Hey, Zeratul's great. Just because they, you know, made him weird and dumb in the fucking games isn't Zeratul's fault. When they immediately killed off Zeratul, I was angry. Zeratul was fucking awesome. They just like, oh, we need to kill, we need dramatic stuff. Zeratul's dead now. It's like, okay. Yourself. Yeah, basically. No Barchcast? No, there's no Barchcast this week. Barch doesn't really want to do it because he's feeling kind of sickly. He wanted to play Barotrauma, and even then I felt like he probably would have been better off sleeping. That hair looks so cartoonish now, doesn't it? On his little head. I blew his head off, chat. And now for the final creme de crop. There we go. He is now but a torso in a chair. Zeratul? Yeah. Zeratul. Alien Resurrection. That chest burster about to come out of that dude, he gets up and starts beating the shit out of the bad guy for some reason. I don't remember. I didn't see that one. Honestly, Alien, I think I've seen Alien once as like an infant. Aliens is the one I've seen like 3 times, and I like that one. That's the one I remember. There's like Marines, and it's kind of spooky, but it's also just not that scary, honestly. It's got some tense moments, but there's not much more than that. Some cool moments, though. For an old game, it still holds up pretty well. Yeah, Dead Space does. And Resurrection is special? Yeah, with a name like that, it sounds awful. But yeah, we'll pop into the Discord chat. Alright, chat, you can join us in the Discord if you want to see some Dead Space movie time. So we get a little bit more Dead Space in. And then as soon as the other thing's downloaded, I gotta watch the fucking movie, and I don't want to. Yeah, the smart guns were cool. By the way, chat, thanks for popping on for the stream. Wish it was longer, but we will make longer ones. I hope the Game of Thrones is almost over. I think there's only a couple more episodes in that shit show left. But yeah, we'll be popping in the Discord, and by we I mean I. So come on, join in the Discord, and you can come see some Dead Space movie. Goodbye, little chat. Have a good night. If you don't join me, if you do, you're not a traitor. If you don't, you're a traitor, and you should die. But I'm just kidding. No, don't do it. Don't chat. Live it. Wait. Hold on. What do you mean StarCraft end threat execution was messed up? The Zerg are just friendly creatures. Oh, shut the fuck up, Holznader. Thank you for the donation. God damn it. Alright, now I can end the stream. Goodbye.